Have you ever wondered why you said yes when you really wanted to say no? Or perhaps felt an inexplicable urge to buy something, even when your rational mind told you otherwise? What invisible forces compel us to agree, to comply, to make choices we sometimes regret? Welcome to the Obscure Mind, where we delve into the intricate pathways of human psychology, uncovering the hidden mechanisms that drive our thoughts, behaviors, and decisions. Today, we're unraveling one of the most foundational texts in social psychology, Robert Cialdini's Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. Cialdini, a renowned psychologist and master of influence, didn't just study persuasion from an ivory tower. He went undercover, immersing himself in the world of car dealerships, telemarketing firms, and fundraising organizations to understand firsthand how persuasion truly works in the trenches. What he discovered were 6 universal principles, powerful psychological triggers that, when activated, can lead to automatic, often unconscious, compliance. This isn't just about manipulation, it's about understanding the very fabric of human interaction, about the subtle dances of give and take that shape our world. Over the next half hour, we'll explore each of these 6 principles, equipping you with the knowledge to not only recognize when you're being influenced but also to apply these insights ethically in your own life. Prepare to see the world, and your own decisions, through a fascinating new lens. Let's begin our journey into the subtle art of persuasion, starting with a principle that often feels like an innate human reflex. The first principle is reciprocity, the deep-seated urge to repay, in kind, what another person has provided us. It's one of the most powerful psychological drivers, ingrained in human culture across the globe. Think about it, when someone gives you a gift, offers a compliment, or performs a favor, don't you feel a pull, however slight, to return that gesture? The psychological basis is simple yet profound. Reciprocity fosters cooperation and builds trust. From a young age, we're taught the importance of give and take. If someone does something for us, we feel indebted, and that feeling of obligation can be surprisingly strong, even if we didn't ask for the initial favor. It's an unspoken social contract that ensures mutual support within a community. In the commercial world, you see reciprocity everywhere. Ever received a free sample in a grocery store? That small taste isn't just about product exposure, it's often an activation of the reciprocity principle. You've been given something, and now you might feel a subtle pressure to buy something. Or consider the free consultation offered by service providers. They're investing their time and expertise, often prompting you to feel a reciprocal obligation to consider their services. In everyday life, think about the charity that sends you personalized address labels or a small calendar with their donation request. They've given you a gift, increasing the likelihood you'll donate. It's why a friend helping you move might make you feel more inclined to assist them with a future task. So, how do you defend against unwanted reciprocal pressure? The key is to recognize the genuine versus the manipulative. If someone offers a gift or favor with transparent manipulative intent, you're not obligated to reciprocate. Learn to distinguish between genuine generosity and a calculated opening gambit. You can accept the favor but reject the subsequent request, acknowledging the gift while asserting your independence. Ethically, reciprocity is powerful for building strong relationships and communities. When you genuinely offer help or kindness without expectation, you build a reservoir of goodwill, creating a network of mutual support. Next, we delve into commitment and consistency, our deeply ingrained desire to be, and appear to be, consistent with what we have already done or said. Once we make a commitment, even a small one, we feel an internal and external pressure to behave in a way that aligns with that initial stance. Why are we so driven by consistency? It's a cornerstone of our self-perception and how others perceive us. Consistency is generally valued in society. It makes us appear rational, reliable, and trustworthy. Inconsistency, on the other hand, can be seen as flighty, unstable, or even deceitful. Once we've taken a stand, we'll often justify it with new reasons, even if those reasons weren't present initially, just to maintain that consistent image. Marketers exploit this by seeking small commitments that pave the way for larger ones. Think of a foot-in-the-door technique. a salesperson might first ask you to sign a petition for a cause you support, then later ask for a donation to that same cause. Your initial commitment to the cause makes it harder to refuse the donation. Car dealerships might get you to agree to a low price, then later add hidden fees, counting on your commitment to the initial deal. In social settings, it's why public declarations are so potent. If you publicly state your intention to run a marathon, you're far more likely to follow through than if you just privately considered it. Small yes can snowball into significant commitments. To defend yourself, be wary of seemingly trivial requests that might be pre-framing you for a larger ask. Ask yourself, knowing what I know now, would I still make that initial commitment? Don't be afraid to back out of a commitment if it no longer serves your best interest, especially if the initial information was incomplete or misleading. Ethically, this principle is crucial for personal growth and goal achievement. Setting clear, public goals, or making small, achievable commitments towards a larger objective, can significantly increase your likelihood of success. It's about empowering yourself through intentional action. Our third principle is social proof, the tendency to see an action as more appropriate when others are doing it. In situations of uncertainty, we often look to those around us for cues on how to behave. If everyone else is doing it, it must be the right thing to do, right? This instinct stems from our inherent desire to be correct and our understanding that the collective wisdom of a group often points to the optimal path. When we're unsure, following the herd feels safer. The more people who are doing something, the more valid we perceive that action to be. This is especially potent when we observe people similar to ourselves. Commercially, social proof is king. Bestseller lists, most popular products, over 1 million served, glowing customer testimonials, and crowded restaurants all leverage social proof. Why do clubs have lines outside? To convey that something desirable is happening inside. Think of commercials featuring real people endorsing a product, or laugh tracks on sitcoms. These are all attempts to provide social proof, telling you what's funny or desirable. In social life, it dictates trends, fashion, and even public opinion. If you see a crowd gathered looking up, you're likely to look up too. The bystander effect, where individuals are less likely to offer help when others are present, is a chilling example of social proof's negative side. To guard against unwarranted social proof, be aware that consensus doesn't always equal correctness. Question whether the crowd truly knows more than you do, especially in ambiguous situations. And if you suspect the social proof is fabricated or manipulated, step back and evaluate independently. Ethically, social proof can be used to promote positive behaviors, like encouraging recycling by showing how many others in the community participate, or highlighting successful examples to inspire others. It's about demonstrating the positive actions of many to encourage more of the same. Moving on, we encounter the principle of authority, our deep-seated inclination to obey legitimate authority figures. From childhood, we're taught to respect and follow the directives of parents, teachers, doctors, and law enforcement. This obedience often extends beyond rational thought. The psychological roots of obedience to authority are profound. We learn early on that obedience to legitimate authority brings rewards, like safety and accuracy, and disobedience brings punishment. Society functions by this hierarchy. We assume that individuals in positions of authority possess greater knowledge, wisdom, and power, making their directives seem correct and necessary. This isn't just about fear, it's about perceived expertise and reliability. In the commercial sphere, authority manifests through experts, credentials, and even symbols. Think of doctors in white coats recommending toothpaste, financial advisors with impressive titles, or even actors dressed as experts in commercials. The use of statistics, graphs, and complex jargon can also create an aura of authority. In everyday life, this is why we often trust a mechanic in a uniform, or follow the instructions of a traffic warden, even if we question their reasoning. The infamous Milgram experiment strikingly demonstrated the power of perceived authority, where participants were willing to inflict what they believed were severe shocks based solely on the command of an experimenter in a lab coat. To defend yourself, challenge authority when it's inappropriate or questionable. Ask yourself, is this person truly an expert in this specific area? What are their motives? Focus on the substance of their claims, not just the symbols of their authority, like titles or clothing. Seek independent verification. Ethically, legitimate authority is vital for a functioning society. Leaders, educators, and experts can use their positions to guide, inform, and protect, fostering trust and stability through responsible leadership and genuine expertise. Our fifth principle, and perhaps one of the most intuitively understood, is liking. We are simply more inclined to comply with requests from people we know and like. This extends beyond friendship to include people we find attractive, similar to us, or who offer compliments. The psychological reason is straightforward. We enjoy positive interactions and are generally more receptive to people we have a good rapport with. We trust people we like, and trust significantly lowers our guard against persuasion. Factors contributing to liking include physical attractiveness, similarity, in background, interests, or personality, compliments, and cooperation towards common goals. Commercially, the liking principle is a cornerstone of sales. Think of the friendly salesperson who finds common ground with you, complimenting your taste, or sharing a similar hobby. Multi-level marketing companies thrive on this, encouraging people to sell to their existing network of friends and family. Testimonials from relatable, likable individuals are also powerful. In social settings, it explains why we're more likely to do a favor for a friend than a stranger, or why attractive people often receive preferential treatment. Even small things like mirroring body language or a genuine smile can increase liking. To guard against undue influence based on liking, try to separate the person from the request. When you feel an unusual rush of liking, pause and ask, am I agreeing because of the merit of the request, or simply because I like this person? Be particularly wary when someone seems overly friendly or complimentary, as it could be a deliberate tactic. Ethically, building genuine rapport and connection is fundamental to healthy relationships and effective communication. Using liking to foster trust and mutual understanding allows for more constructive and collaborative interactions, moving beyond mere transaction to true connection. Finally, we arrive at scarcity, the perception that opportunities are more valuable when they are less available. The less there is of something, or the harder it is to get, the more we want it. Our desire for an item increases significantly when we learn its availability is limited. The psychological basis for scarcity is rooted in the idea of perceived loss and psychological reactance. When something is scarce, we feel that our freedom to obtain it is restricted, and this loss of freedom makes us desire the item even more. We associate scarcity with higher quality or greater demand, assuming if it's rare, it must be good. The fear of missing out, FOMO, is a powerful motivator. Commercially, scarcity is ubiquitous. Limited time offers, only X items left in stock, exclusive editions, flash sales ending soon, these are all classic scarcity tactics. Airlines use only a few seats left at this price. E-commerce sites show countdown timers. Even real estate agents might tell you there are multiple offers on a property to create urgency. In everyday life, think about collectible items, or secret menu items at restaurants. The allure of the forbidden or exclusive can be incredibly powerful. The loss of a freedom we once had, like a product being discontinued, often makes us want it more intensely than ever before. To counter scarcity tactics, ask yourself, do I want this item because of its inherent value, or simply because it's limited or I might lose the opportunity to get it? Don't confuse availability with desirability. Remove the limited aspect from your consideration and assess the item on its own merits. Ethically, genuine scarcity exists, and communicating it transparently can be helpful. For example, if there are genuinely limited slots for a beneficial program, informing people of that scarcity allows them to make timely, informed decisions, rather than feeling pressured by false urgency. So, there you have it, reciprocity, commitment and consistency, social proof, authority, liking, and scarcity. These 6 universal principles, meticulously uncovered by Robert Cialdini, are the invisible strings that often guide our decisions, whether we're aware of them or not. They are deeply embedded in our human psyche, products of our evolutionary history and social conditioning. Understanding these principles isn't about becoming a master manipulator. Far from it. It's about empowering yourself. It's about recognizing when these triggers are being pulled on you, giving you the agency to pause, reflect, and make conscious choices rather than falling into automatic compliance. More importantly, it's about becoming a more ethical and effective communicator yourself. When used with integrity, these principles can help you build trust, foster cooperation, and genuinely influence for the better, whether in your personal relationships, your professional life, or your efforts to contribute positively to the world. Take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Where have you seen these principles at play in your life? How have they influenced your decisions, and how might you use them, responsibly, to influence others? The more you observe, the more you'll uncover the subtle dances of persuasion all around you. If this deep dive into the human mind has piqued your curiosity, make sure to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts on these principles, and most importantly, subscribe to The Obscure Mind for more explorations into the depths of human psychology. And if you're eager to learn even more from Robert Cialdini's groundbreaking work, consider checking out the full audiobook or grabbing a physical copy of Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. It's a truly transformative read. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the psychology of persuasion. Until next time, keep exploring the obscure corners of your mind.